Hello my fellow lab people. Today I'm taking you guys with me to the Monterey Bay Aquarium where I will explain some cool facts about various animals that I recorded on my Apple iPhone 13 Pro after constantly being reminded by my girlfriend and Canvas notifications that I'm here for my project. We're starting off strong with the bat ray. Despite sounding like something Batman would use to incapacitate someone and send them to the hospital where they would have wished that they died instead because they will now have debt for the rest of their life due to probably not having health insurance because they are a criminal. It's actually a stingray. And some cool facts about this stingray include flapping their wings against the sea floor to uncover buried prey like clams, crabs, and shrimp. They can also live up to 25 years in the wild, and they can grow pretty big. They are capable of reaching a wingspan of 6 feet and can weigh over 200 pounds. So almost about as much as your mother. Moving on now to the leopard shark. The leopard shark enjoys shallow waters and are often seen swimming over sandy or muddy bottoms. They are often gathered in big groups, sometimes groups reaching up to the hundreds, usually with sharks of similar size and gender. Finally, female leopard sharks have a live birth, and a single litter can have up to 37 pups. Jesus. Now on to the moon jelly. The moon jelly is bioluminescent, meaning they glow in the dark in certain lighting. The moon jelly has such a mild sting that humans either don't feel it or it's described as a little itch. Something really interesting about these guys is that they are able to clone themselves when one is injured or split into pieces. Sometimes each piece can grow into a whole new jellyfish. Here we have sea nettle, and unlike the moon jelly, if this jellyfish stings you, you will feel it. While not usually dangerous to humans, it can feel like a bad bee sting. The sea nettle has very long tentacles reaching up to 15 feet, which is really good for catching lots of tiny prey. Like most jellyfish, the sea nettle has no brain or eyes and relies on nerve nets to sense the environment and control their pulsing swim. A big bag of nerves, no brain, incapable of understanding inflation and the world systems that's led to gas being this expensive. Anyway, these guys here are called crystal jellyfish. Crystal jellyfish are not only almost invisible, but also almost completely made up of water. About 95 to 98% water held together by a jelly structure. Compared to other see-through jellies, the crystal jelly can get pretty big, sometimes up to 10 inches across. Crystal jellies have a special protein called GFP, which make them glow green under certain light. Scientists used these proteins and discovered how to make glowing cells in labs. GFP even won a Nobel Prize. Despite looking like a little disc and being something you collect at the beach, sand dollars actually do stuff. They move around using tiny feet. They have tiny hair-like spines all over their body that help them crawl along the seafloor. Tiny baby sand dollars can even clone themselves to avoid predators if they sense danger nearby. They can also live for quite some time. In the right conditions, they can live up to 10 years. Described as ocean superheroes, the Pacific sardine superpower is being eaten by a ton of different animals. Pacific sardines are a keystone species. A keystone species is an animal that holds an ecosystem together. Pacific sardines are like Spider-Man, except instead of holding New York together, they hold the ocean's ecosystems together. And instead of shooting webs and climbing walls, there is just an abundance of them and they get eaten a whole bunch. Aside from that, they travel in schools. Sometimes millions of sardines swim together. They also have shiny scales that act like mirrors, reflecting light and making them almost invisible to predators from below. Despite being called the pelagic red crab and looking crabby, they are more closely related to squat lobsters. They share a similarity with the Pacific sardines. They are also a major food source. Tuna, whales, seabirds, and big fish love eating these guys. They have very short lives, usually living 1 to 2 years, but in that time they can reproduce a lot and create whole new swarms. Unlike your typical penguin, the African penguin lives on the sunny southern coast of Africa. They have built-in sunglasses. They have special pink patches above their eyes that help regulate their body heat and protect their eyes from the bright African sun. Unfortunately, these guys are endangered. Due to overfishing, oil spills, and habitat loss, there are fewer than 25,000 breeding pairs left today. This here is a pigeon. I couldn't find a sign or an exhibit for these guys, but they were very abundant in the area and the outside section of the aquarium, so I think it's only fair to learn about them too. These guys are pretty fast. Pigeons can fly at speeds up to 50 to 60 miles per hour. Pigeons are able to sleep while they fly. They have the ability to shut down one hemisphere of their brain at a time, allowing them to rest while still flying. This phenomenon is called unihemispheric slow wave sleep. Finally, pigeons can see ultraviolet light and have a nearly 360-degree field of vision.